Testing this. We're testing this. We're testing the side. I don't know who set that up. Is there a story time person assigned? Oh, you. My guess is it's your chair. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's appropriate. A what? Glove? Glove. I don't have a glove. Ask the little children. Suffer the children not.
sing in celebration, join us in a song, sing in jubilation, pass the word along. Freedom will reign when we reach out in love. Sing for joy, lift your voice, everybody come rejoice. Sing in celebration, everyone.
We are a family all around the world.
Let everyone be unified. Let every nation know that they belong. Reach out, come together side by side. Sing in celebration, join us in a song. Sing in jubilation, pass the word along. Freedom will reign when we reach out in love. Sing for joy, lift your voice, everybody come rejoice. Sing in celebration, everyone.
Sing, 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 everybody, clap your hands and sing. Sing, 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 everybody, clap your hands and sing.
Come on and sing, 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 everybody clap your hands. Come on and sing, 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 everybody clap your hands. Come on and sing, 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 everybody clap your hands. Come on and sing, 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 everybody clap your hands. Come on and sing for joy, lift your voice, everybody come rejoice. Sing in celebration, everyone. Sing, 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 everyone.
I don't see that the people who signed up to do the welcome are here, so I'm going to do it and I'm winging it. I didn't prepare anything, but nonetheless, welcome everybody to KUUC, to our service. And could we turn around and wave to the people attending on Zoom, which is probably a lot given how cold it is. I'm Rebecca McCoy. I'm co-chair of the worship committee, which is why I stood up to fill the void. Andy Johnson's the other co-chair. I will just say that I am not going to be here for 6 weeks, so if you have any concerns, you'll need to be talking to Andy after Wednesday. So I love this church. It has always been welcoming to me. I find a lot of support here, particularly in these hard times. What else do we say? We have welcome to the new people. We have the ambassador, who is Carol White. Thank you. She, if you are new and have questions, Carol is the one who will answer all of them, although any of us could do that. And if you're new, we'd like to sign the guest book. I put it over here in the back corner. And for our RE, is there RE this morning? Okay, all right, great. And we welcome children. We love their voices. Their noises are welcome to us. Please turn off your cell phones. And again, welcome to KUC. And we welcome back today Rowan, so our minister. So if we can have a round to welcome Rowan back. All right. That's as impromptu as I can do.
Thanks for hopping in like that. And hello, everyone. It's so nice to be back. They say that you never step in the same river twice, and so it is with returning. I've found that I've been hearing from people this past week that in my absence there have been new faces joining the community, that you've started open mic nights, that you've contributed more to the UUA program fund than in the previous year, and that you've run 3 months of enjoyable services in my absence and more. So here, let's give it up for all of you. So thank you. So I really appreciate all the big and small ways that you all have stepped up. And it was such a blessing that you all were able to give me parental leave. I know that's not a given in our country, and it should be. And I also have heard that in my time away, that 4 different women who are active in this congregation in different moments and in different ways have died. Sue Hay, our office administrator, Susan McNeil, Melinda Hildreth Hunkla, and Carol Packwood. Our waters aren't the same without these people, so I also want to honor the ways that you've shown up and supported one another in their loss. Our opening words today come to us from the Reverend Elizabeth Wynn, who is a friend and colleague of mine in Boston. To be a Unitarian Universalist means that we'll never be done with the work of telling the truth about oppression, the work of resisting any laws, policies, or practices that deny anyone their humanity, the work of stubbornly seeking out the spark of the divine in each other, no matter what, the work of creating heaven on earth. To be a Unitarian Universalist also means that we're not alone in the work. We are not alone because of our promises to love one another. We are not alone because we are companions on the journey. We grow ourselves into allies, helping one another get free, because none of us is truly free until we all are free. And now we're doing our chalice lighting, and I already forgot who is doing our chalice lighting. Sherry, wonderful. Sherry, please come forward and help us light the chalice. And you all can help in sharing the words that are printed in your order of service. We kindle this flame to remind ourselves of the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. Thank you. And now rise in body or in spirit and join in singing hymn 346, Come Sing a Song with Me, which is perfect for this cold winter day.
Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song with me.
So I have a time for all ages for us today. So, and there aren't pictures. So as long as you can see this mitten and glove, you're okay where you're sitting. Though I also noticed that there's plenty of seats up front. So if anybody would like to be closer, you're welcome to come closer. And this is a time for all ages. So feel free to listen closely. Tell me, who of you like to wear mittens? Raise your hands. Who of you like to wear gloves? We got an interesting mix. I am wondering, do people think that your hands are warmer if you wear a mitten or a glove? I see some hands raising. So, mitten. So this is a really confusing thing. When I was a kid, I thought that a glove would surely keep my hand warmer because you've got all that fabric around every single little finger that's making each finger have its own little cocoon of warmth. The mitten doesn't have that. So why is it that a mitten keeps our hand warmer than a glove? Yeah?
Because it's like one big part so that it keeps all the warmth in one spot.
It's one big part, so it keeps all the warmth in one spot. It turns out that our fingers are the thing that generate the heat, not the fabric. And so if your fingers are all together in one big spot, they keep each other warm and cozy. And we are like that as a community, that when we insulate ourselves and wrap ourselves with fabric, and I can do it all by myself, Ness, then it's a little bit harder to keep ourselves warm than when we partner together and we let ourselves be a little bit vulnerable and get a little bit close to each other and know what's going on for one another. So when we allow ourselves to be close to one another, like in a mitten, we stay a little bit warmer and a little bit more connected. And I also want to point out, for those of you who need to point out that there's a thumb on the mitten, unless you're a tiny baby and then you just squish the whole hand into one little pocket. It's okay to sometimes be a thumb. You can be together most of the time and find your moments when you need to step apart. So, thank you. That is our time for all ages. And now, please sing our children to the religious exploration groups. If you are helping me out with the reading, The Low Road, please come forward now. I think there should be about 6 of you, or maybe 5 of you. I think I'm number 6. So I'm going to get us started, and then come join me when you get to your line. But you can all stand with me. This is The Low Road by Marge Piercy. What can they do to you? Whatever they want. They can set you up, they can bust you, they can break your fingers, they can burn your brain with electricity, blur you with drugs till you can't walk, can't remember. They can take your child, wall up your lover. They can do anything you can't stop them from doing. How can you stop them? Alone, you can fight. You can refuse. You can take revenge. You can take what revenge you can, but they roll over you. But two people fighting, back to back, can cut through a mob. A snake dancing file can break a cordon. An army can meet an army. Two people can keep each other sane, can give support, conviction, love, massage, hope, sex. Three people are a delegation.
a
a committee, a wedge. With
With
four,
you
you play bridge and start an organization. With six, you can rent a whole house, eat pie for dinner with no seconds, and hold a fundraising party. A dozen make a demonstration, 100 fill a hall, 1,000 have solidarity and your own newspaper, 10,000 power and your own paper, 100,000 your own media, 10 million your own country. It goes on one at a time. It starts when you care to act. It starts when you do it again and they say no. It starts when you say we and know who you mean. And each day you mean one more. Thank you. Generosity is one of the values and spiritual practices of Unitarian Universalist congregations. The money shared by the people of this congregation furthers the work done in the name of our shared values. The offering will be freely given and gratefully received. Please join me in the offering dedication words printed in your order of service. We dedicate these gifts in service of our mission to actively create compassionate community and work for a fair and peaceful world. Our prayer comes to us today from Andrew Weber. Please take a moment to get comfortable in your seat and take a deep breath in the spirit of prayer. To the highest spirit of all our aspirations, to that which grounds us and uplifts us, to that which transcends us, and to the sense of community which we create, we come in prayer today. Our prayer is one of desperation and hope. We are in despair that protests such as these are needed. We are frustrated that politicians and governments continually value money and power while ignoring the value inherent in all people. We are angry that our leaders put themselves first with no regard for whom they go past or through. In the midst of the anger and frustration is hope. Hope that we are here. Hope that a loving world is indeed possible. Hope in the faith that love can and will triumph over hate. I know that every person is worthy of love. With the faith that every person is worthy of love, we will continue to work and strive for a more just world where the disenfranchised have representation, where the broken are held in care, and where siblings of all backgrounds are welcome. We do not pray for miracle changes in policy and leadership. We do not pray for miracles because we are the miracles. We are the force of the divine in the world. We are the holy wind of change, promoting more love and more justice. Instead, we pray that our words take root. We pray that our actions create a more just, more loving, and more equitable world. Notice the people to your left and right. Notice also yourself, your hands, your feet. You are experiencing the divine embodied. Not only do we pray, we are also answers to our prayers. We are the force of the holy responding to our own desperation and hope. You are that divine force of goodness and justice that we have been waiting for. May we all remember today and forward into this trying year and the years to come, you are worthy of love. At all times and despite actions or words from others, you are worthy of love. And you are responsible for promoting the justice that you seek in the world. You are the love we are praying for. Amen and amen. We'll just take a moment of silence for all of the prayers on your own hearts. Thank you. Please join in singing Spirit of Life. You may remain seated. 123 in the hymnal.
This reading is called The Channeling by Rosemary Watola Traumer. We might as well be divine. As masked agents arrive with guns, curses, and brutal disrespect, we might as well be divine. We might as well sing at the edge of collapse, bring forth the kind of harmony that calls goosebumps to arms and hot tears to eyes. As we march, as we gather, as we fight for each other, we might as well be divine. As rivers shrink and sinkholes appear, and we face water, bankruptcy worldwide, we might as well share what is not ours to own. And to be kind to each other and praise what good we find. This is it. It's like this, nothing but now. What we bring, who we are, this is all. As tears fall fast and voices rise, as fear grows thick and viscous, We might as well be channels for grace. We might as well be divine.
Thank you, Matt. I want to talk about Minneapolis for a few minutes. I'm not going to rehash the news. There are plenty of places that you can get that information. And honestly, I know that I hold plenty of fear and anger in my body when I read and hear the news, and I suspect that many of you do as well. We don't need more of that. I trust you know where to find it if you want it. But I want to make sure that you all know that there is magic happening there too. Early on, we heard about the whistles, community members showing up and blowing whistles whenever witnessing Immigrations and Custom Enforcement, ICE as it's known, these agents in the community. This was quickly drawing attention to the ICE agents, making their attempts at stealthy arrests impossible. The sounds of the whistles provided an immediate message. We see you. We know what you are doing. You may try and hide behind masks and unmarked cars, but we will make sure our community knows that you are here. Cameras, mostly on phones, are another tool. With so many people recording encounters with ICE, the people are ensuring that the narratives of what is happening cannot be co-opted. There are 10 other recordings for every incident, each from a different angle. Filming what happens is an act of witness and an act of preserving the truth. It is not accidental that Minneapolis was targeted with its large Somali immigrant population and its sanctuary city policies. And it is also not accidental that Minneapolis has been so successful in their resistance to the ICE raids. Minneapolis is a union city. They know how to organize, and they are connected to one another. A top priority of this administration is rooting out anti-capitalist behavior. You know, the kind of behavior that's caring for one another and sharing what we have. And the people of Minneapolis know how to take care of one another with music, with food, with money, with words. It was only 5 years ago that George Floyd was murdered back in May 2020, launching the largest racial justice protests in U.S. history, with similar demonstrations happening around the world, even as far as Colombia and New Zealand. This is when the Black Lives Matter movement really took off. The people of the Twin Cities, Minneapolis and St. Paul, know how to protest. Networks were created and they learned from their experiences. This time, white activists are dying in the streets at the hands of ICE and border control officers, garnering national attention and outrage. Things started changing in the civil rights movement when white activists died in Selma. There could be a whole nother sermon about who dies and who cares, but that's not for today. And still, despite all of this resistance, despite their embodied resilience, our theme for the month, the raids are continuing and hundreds of people have been detained. In late January, an organization called MARCH, which is an acronym for Multi-Faith Anti-Racism, Change and Healing, called for clergy and faith leaders across the country from all different faith traditions to come to Minneapolis for a day of witness and resistance. This was not a request for clergy to make statements in their local newspapers or in their local communities, but to come. It was intentionally an invitation for an embodied response. Come. And more than 600 clergy responded with less than a week's notice. And at least 200 clergy there were Unitarian Universalists. That was also not accidental. And it's not because UUs care more than people from other faith traditions. The UU Service Committee offered travel grants to help clergy be able to say yes to the call. As Unitarian Universalists, we believe that we are interconnected with one another. We believe that it is our responsibility to stand up for justice and for democracy, to make sure that all people are treated fairly, not being racially profiled for the color of their skin or the language they speak. The UUA Vice President for Programs and Ministries, the Reverend Ashley Rowan, lives in Minneapolis and has been organizing with March for over a decade. The UUA, that is the staff of the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations, and in particular the Side with Love organizing strategy team, provided substantial behind-the-scenes support for this event, ranging from secure registration systems and creating and serving as administrators to more than 30 different secure signal channels for organizers, participants, and faith groups. They sent more than 10 UUA staff members to be present at this event. They sent an in-person reporter, videographer, and photographer to make sure that we would have independent UU World coverage. Our ability to meet the moment with this level of agility, infrastructure, and skill, it's not built in a week. It is cultivated over years. That matters. This was not just one event, one 2-day event in Minneapolis, but it was an opportunity for people from all over the country to go and to skill up, to learn new things, and to be able to share what they learned, what the lessons were from Minneapolis with their communities all over the country. This past Monday morning, I met with the UU Ministers Association Vermont cluster of ministers, and I heard from 3 of my colleagues who were able to go. This is important because the ICE raids aren't just happening in Minneapolis, but they're happening all over. And the lessons that we learn from those who went can guide us. Minneapolis has shown incredible resistance, and these stories give us hope, and they give us a roadmap for some of the things that we can do. As most of you know, I'm just returning from parental leave this past week. I have a new baby, Marin, who was born on November 18th, and she's now 2.5 months old. And it turns out that having a second child is pretty different than having a first one. Rather than cocooning in our home like we did with the first, our older child is tethering us to the world, going to preschool every day, and her need to get out into the world. So, as the news has unfolded around us, Caitlin, my wife, and I have grappled. We need to be with and present to our family right now. Marin is still needing to eat every 2 hours, and Seneca needs to know that we still love and have time for her, and that we are still attempting to keep up with laundry, food, and cooking, which is remarkably hard even when both of us were home from work. And even though I have plenty of excuses not to respond to the call for clergy to come to Minneapolis, I still struggled with the decision not to go. And I imagine that many of you also have your own constellations of challenges and decisions, whether it's caring for a spouse, a friend, a child, a grandchild, a parent, whether it's being encumbered by work or tasks at home, whether you're creating art and music, or showing up for other important and worthy causes in the world right now. And then there are the moments when action does seem possible or even needed, not just for community, but for myself. This past Wednesday morning, I heard about the detainment of Pastor Stephen Tendo. He's a fellow pastor. He's also a fellow employee of the UVM Health Network. He was picked up outside of his workplace, he's a licensed nursing assistant, by ICE on Wednesday morning. He was picked up despite having an active asylum case after being brutally tortured in his home country of Uganda for teaching people about their political rights. He had checked in with ICE as recently as just this past October 2025. So there was a call for clergy that morning on Wednesday morning to please come up to St. Albans, Vermont, which is closer to the border, north of Burlington. ICE By the time that people had gathered in St. Albans, ICE had already moved him to New Hampshire, to Manchester. They know, and they're getting fast at this point, that moving people makes it easier to deport them and harder for them to get the support they need to be able to stay. He's currently at the Stafford County Jail in Dover, one of the prisons that ICE is using to hold detainees. He was struggling with not getting access to his medication. He finally got his medication for diabetes on Saturday night. He hadn't had any since Wednesday. He still has other needs for other medications for his health. So he has one, but not all of his medications. People need to know that his medication, his medical needs, and the medical needs of so many others are not being satisfied. And the rapid response team of folks from the Granite State is on site most of the time at the Stafford County Jail, taking shifts to ensure that he is not moved without anyone's knowledge. And it is incredibly inspiring, this New Hampshire crew. None of them know him, and yet they're keeping watch. Stephen is one of 150 other humans going through this at that detention center. Clearly, this center is a major warehousing location for ICE, because that's a lot of people. At least in Vermont, they're keeping at most 5 to 10 people at a time. He is shaken. He is very scared that he will be deported. He's a survivor of torture and believes that he'll be murdered if he's returned to Uganda. So if you're a praying person, he's requested, his lawyers have requested, to please keep him in your prayers. So amidst my anger, going back to myself, amidst my anger and feelings of powerlessness, this past Wednesday, Caitlin and I decided we'd bundle up Marin and head to the federal courthouse in Burlington, where another community member, Hussein Noor Hussein's trial was taking place after being detained for several weeks. Hussein is a Somali immigrant in the asylum process who'd been picked up by ICE on January 1st after working as a taxi driver at the airport. On Wednesday, my spirits were lifted, though, praying for Hussein's release and joining in with others in the community in song. The UU Society that's across the street from the federal courthouse provided coffee and tea for all who were gathered in the cold. A local baker shared a box of homemade donut holes. Hussein's son brought several large catering trays of sambusas, maybe 8. Sambusas, if you're not familiar, they're a crispy Somali pastry filled with veggies or meat, kind of like a samosa. It turns out that the fine people of Burlington, Vermont, also know how to show up for one another. And while we awaited the judge's decision, we listened to speakers who knew Hussein well. We sang songs of resilience and solidarity, ones that many of us had been singing together in community every month for the last 2 years. Singing is such an embodied way of connecting with one another out in the cold. It calmed our spirits, and it gave us shared strength, shared clarity, and a shared sense of purpose. Together, as a coordinated crowd, we showed this judge and we showed each other that this man belongs to us, that he is a part of a community. And joy, like I hadn't felt in weeks or maybe even months, spread through the crowd when we heard of Hussein's release. He was released. And yes, this is about justice, but it's not only about that. It's about community. It's about mutual sharing and mutual aid. It's about showing up for one another, and that knowing that showing up is one way we can offer one another respect. It's one way of showing ourselves and each other that if this weren't about him, it might be about us. And it's knowing that if we too were in this situation, that people would show up for us. As I've been talking with colleagues, I mentioned I go to these cluster meetings with other ministers. I've learned about a project of generosity that one of our other congregations in Vermont is engaged with in Middlebury that's unlike anything else I've heard about. This part is familiar. The Champlain Valley UU Society has a tradition of hosting a services auction. Have any of you been a part of a services auction connected with a congregation, some kind of auction where people volunteer? Perhaps one family is hosting a board game night, or someone else might be saying, I know how to cook Indian food, so I'll cook a 3-course dinner. Maybe 4 couples are offering a soup tasting party with 4 different kinds of soup and homemade bread and a salad. Or even sometimes kids will volunteer to walk someone else's dog or host a tea party that people can sign up to go through. And people pay to participate in one another's events. They can sign up and say, oh, I'll pay $20 to go to that thing. And all of the money is donated to the congregation as a fundraiser. So a lot of congregations do something like this. But what's different for me is this. At this congregation, at some point, people got concerned that maybe there were class differences in the congregation, and maybe that not everybody could afford to pay $20 or whatever for the 3-course dinner, and that maybe some people had access to the gifts of the community and other people didn't. And so they decided to shift the model. Instead, they decided that every person would get 8 raffle tickets, and they could put them in whatever things that they wanted to do, and that class would no longer be the primary force impacting who got which things, but which access to which of these services, but that they wanted to prioritize giving services out of the generosity of their hearts and making sure that everyone in the community who wanted to got access to them. And they encouraged, if people wanted to donate to the congregation to give back, that they could do that too. And it made me think a lot about what kind of community, what kinds of actions solicit that feeling of, I feel so grateful for this and so glad to be a part of a kind of community that does this thing, that I want to make sure I give my money to make sure this kind of community continues. And so I imagine that people are now giving to this congregation with gratitude for being a part of a community that shows this kind of generosity to one another. Generosity is one of our newer UU values, and seeing it in action feels like such an incredible thing. You may have noticed the poem on the cover of your order of service, When I Prayed for Proof of Good in the World, by also another poem by Rosemary Watola Tromer. It's as if I'm a vase, I thought, as 2 musicians poured all that hard-won beauty into me, and holding it felt such gratefulness, then stunned by how truly I longed to pour all that same beauty into you. My prayer transformed. Please let me be a pitcher. For Tromer, hearing that music fills up her soul so much that it overflows. She is recognizing the sacred, like in Psalm 23, Kosi Rivia, my cup runneth over, generosity. I want you to think about, what are the things that fill your cup, fill your pitcher? Whether it's music or conversation with a friend, a smile from a stranger when you really see one another. Whether it's good food, a book that you've been wanting to read, found in a little free library, just for you. I'm also aware that sometimes when we hold things tightly, like there's some saying about if you hold relationships tight like they're a handful of sand, that then the sand trickles out through your fingers, but that if you hold it loosely, the sand stays put in your hand. How do we hold things loosely so that they stay with us? And what are the gifts that each of us has that we can share? When our cup is so filled up and can overflow, what are the things that you can offer to the community? Whether it's cooking or seeds or stories or rides or music or art. Writing cards with the caring circle, showing up at a memorial service of someone you don't know. Saying we and knowing who you mean, and each day meaning one more. As you move through the individual steps to fill up your own pitcher so that it overflows and pour it out, I'm thinking also about the sum of all of our drops together. And in the words of poet Nikita Gill, sung by Annie Schlafer, who's been leading songs in the streets in Minneapolis, everything is on fire, but everyone I love is doing beautiful things and trying to make life worth living. And I know I don't have to believe in everything, but I believe in that. Please join me, rise in body or in spirit, in singing We Laugh, We Cry. Hymn 354.
We laugh, we cry, we live, we die, we dance, we
Please join me in the words of extinguishing the chalice as Sherry comes forward to extinguish it. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and share with the world until we are together again. Some words from Cheryl Block. As we go forward into this frightening, exhilarating, confusing, miraculous world, may we offer our comfort to the afflicted, our love to those who are lonely, and our wish for all to be safe. Go in peace.
Love has broken down the wall. Love has broken down the wall. Let us join our hearts as one. Love has broken down the wall.
We're accepted